What's going on, everybody? Here's another showcase. If you are one of my few subscribers, uh, you'll notice I'm adding quite a few. I'm also gonna have a little treat, kind of like a little uh, preview of one of the ones I'm gonna do probably here in a few days that I'll have done. Just painted it last night, so it's still got some time. But that's another matter altogether. So just make sure you watch the video all the way through. That way you'll see kind of a little preview of one that I'm pretty proud of the way it's turned out so far. But anyways, let's talk about this one. We're working with the original Xbox here, and this one's pretty interesting. Could have came out a little bit better, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure with just about every single case mod I do, I have some sort of problem with how it turned out, but I'm kind of a perfectionist about some of this. So, without further ado, this is for the original Xbox. As you can see, it's a nice, I like the color blue, some people might not. I went ahead and left the tray black, the bezel, I guess, because some of the stuff in here is kind of black, and I was like, well, the controller ports are black, so I wanted to go with something that kind of goes with some of that a little bit. But this is also not just a case mod, this is also soft modded, and I will show you one of the things that indicates I haven't actually changed any of the LED colors on the front of this. The way it works is once it's powered on, and you'll see in a minute, it'll flash for a while, and then it'll turn solid red, which shows that it's loaded up the custom firmware and everything. And so this thing can play, it's got emulators, got a Super Nintendo, NES emulators, a couple PC games on there, like there's Quake 2 on there. And it runs pretty well, actually. I was pretty impressed with how well the Quake 2 game worked. That's definitely one of my favorite classic shooters, probably one of the first shooters I ever actually really got into and, really mastered and played online. So, but anyways, as you can see, I really like the color blue, as I said earlier. I think the design is kind of cool. I did this once before, but I scrapped it because it just didn't turn out quite right. But this one I'm a little bit happier with. Move this chair out of the way. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. First, I'm going to focus in on this power button so you can see what I was talking about for when it loads the custom firmware. And as you can see now, it's switched out red, which is an indication that the new modded dashboard is loaded up. I'm not going to really show that off on a TV. I just don't really have time. Not that I don't have time. I just really don't feel like doing all that extra work. I guess you'll just have to take my word on it. But anyways, as you can see, there's white LEDs inside. Kind of goes with the, electricity, lightning bolt sort of deals. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of bear with me here. I'm going to turn these lights off and stuff so we can look at it in the dark. Hopefully I can as you can see, not too bad. I did the smaller bolts, I did that on purpose where they're not as bright. I'm afraid with the exposure on this camera, which is a huge thing I need to fix, I need to get a lot better of a camera. But it is a lot brighter than it's showing up on this camera as far as those little miniature bolts. But I did leave those a little dimmer on purpose just because, they're smaller bolts. Maybe I guess there's not as much electricity in them, so they wouldn't be as crazy, and that's kind of why I did that. Probably was kind of pointless, but I didn't think it'd be too bad of an idea to kind of make sure to position the lights to steer clear of shining that pretty brightly. I also, as you can see, cut out the center hole that's usually there. I was thinking about doing what there's a couple of case mods on people's YouTube pages where they don't actually remove that clear thing that says Xbox. They just sand the green undercoating off so it's see-through. But so many people have done that, and I just kind of said forget it. So I just put regular plexiglass in there because I didn't want to do something that's pretty much on every other original Xbox case mod that's on YouTube. But that's pretty much it. if enough people ask me about showing them the custom firmware, I'll think about it. But I'm not going to have this long. I mean, this isn't going to be mine. This is going to be sold. In fact, if you're interested in buying it, I would be willing to talk to you about buying it. But I was probably just going to sell it locally to some of my local regulars or something. I'm sure they'd be really interested in this. But if you would like it, just send me a comment or personal message, and if it's not too long after I've posted this video, we can maybe work something out. But anyways, enough for my little advertisement there, basically. We'll get to what I was talking about at the beginning of this video. Let me pop these lights back on here. Or try to, anyways. Okay, I'm actually going to sit this down. I know this is choppy, I know it's annoying. I just hate video editing, so I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, so this is in pieces, this isn't complete. I'm not going to give away some of the other coloring I'm going to do, just so I don't give it all away. But this is the first Wii case mod that I've done. I popped them open quite a bit, and I'm going to do some repair tutorials here within maybe the next few days. So I just kind of want to show this off. I'm actually really proud of it. I went with a deep blue on this, and as you can see, went with a Bowser cutout. And that's kind of why I did this. I wasn't originally planning to do some Wii case mods, but when I did some research, I mean, all the Wii case mods are really simplistic. They really don't have anything to them. I mean, they're just little window cutouts and stuff. And for those who subscribe, you know, that's really not my style. I kind of like to get intricate with some of the designs. So that's why I went ahead and did this. It is pre-drawn. I did use something off of Google that I found to kind of base it off of, but everything's pre-drawn on there and pre-cut and everything, which is how I do every design. But anyways, I just thought I'd show that off, kind of give some of my loyalists a little preview of what to look forward to. I'm definitely excited about this one. This is one of the cooler ones I've done, even since the Darth Vader Xbox 360. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed or liked the video, please do so. There's a lot of cool stuff. I do repair tutorials, modding showcases just like this one, so you won't be disappointed. There's a lot of cool stuff. And I try to add at least 5 to 10 videos a month. So anyways, guys, until next time.